Yo, people don't know the thing of the baddest podcast in Ireland. We're not take back that, right?
Go on.
People. Welcome to the Yaad&Abroad podcast, the baddest podcast in the world.
Yeah, people don't know the thing. You see me I say? Yeah. You know what? Yaad&Abroad podcast with yours truly, Neely. You know you have the Ella. You know you have Everett, Limelight. Anyway, you stand up my G. You know the thing go.
Bless up, Limelight.
Yeah, yeah. Before Ella tell me say, yo, we are raised up a thing so dog. Check in with the man them. What the man them stay? Ella, kick it off no man. Oh, you stay.
Yo, I'm good enough, brother. I'm gonna talk more about it in a few, but yeah, man, I'm in a good place, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Health wise, I never run today, but health wise, I'm good, and feel like I'm in a solid place. Free my mind. May I get on track on which part I'm supposed to do. But you'll hear more about it as we continue the episode.
All right.
True.
Cool. Everett.
We there going with it, man, as you say. As Ella say, we're good. The most part, you know, how we have life, which is most important.
Yeah.
So we're there, despite everything else, we're going grateful and they are going go through, you know. Right. Ready to give the people them a very impactful conversations. Because we're going.
Bam kind of episode, isn't it?
And nearly, we're going to ask you, are you stay MIG?
Yeah, I mean, life is the greatest thing in MIG, you know, so everything that we can.
Yeah, I'll tell from the gut, you know.
Yeah, because
you know, so that
say, are you a richest, you know?
Billy.
And nearly, Elder, what do you say? Nearly a richest, you know? And they always say, yeah, rich man belly, you know, so.
Yeah.
I feel like it a manifest now, it come out, so. Boy, I know.
Now, fun friend.
No, man, I live good life.
I sure to the my G. I understand how I go on.
I don't know.
I'm going to check my stylist and make sure you know, say, yo, hear me answer the man, you can't.
I live good life.
You know.
Yeah.
And alter my physique, you know. Remember me have it on camera and empty.
Just enjoy it, man. I don't know. Tell you.
So the camera at 10 points?
Yeah, no, it's shirt. Me not understand how I go on. It does look like, say, yo, my belly does the oldest dog and my belly does build that. Right.
Oh, you know what go on to stripe 10 for make you look broad.
You need plaids.
What go on?
But yeah, man, laughter is good, brothers. Laughter is good.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
still, my G, I'm good in the dog. Like I say, we have life and the youth them good and the missus good and, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mother and everybody, you know, family them good, friend them good. So, I mean, everything else minor, you know? So, we just emotion.
We're not yet for link up with the man them. You know, the man them do them link up still, them small link up, but we have to make some time for getting for one of them.
You have to do that. You have to check in with the dog them same way, you know?
Yeah.
Link up with the dog them.
But as one I'm bridging nearly say, I need to take care of myself some more time. I just have to try not to stretch myself thin and just get the rest when I need to get the rest. So that me work.
I have to do that. Yeah, I have to do that.
Yeah.
I gotta take my own advice too. Yes, man. I need to take my own advice too.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah.
Which oftentimes are the hardest thing to, you know, brother.
Yeah.
Easier for we as humans kind of see what somebody's going through and advise them accordingly. But for we to take that same advice, it's so difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why. I mean, there must be a psychological reason behind it, but it's tough still. So try to take it. I will try to hold you accountable as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's help come in. Because it's like a rough you do it by yourself, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Because it does seem like, say, the thing does constant. Like, thing does, by the time you look, the day done. Yeah, it's like, Jano star, I'm not even get a nap, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're back again, you have to get up the next day again. It's like the 8 hours, if you get asleep, just burn off quick and fast. You probably get like 6 and you say, yo, Jano star, you know, so I need to do this, I need to do that. And you say, yo, Jano.
That's why I write it down. Because if we don't write it down and make a list of it, sometimes because everything I go crazy, sometimes we forget. I will lay down there and say, Jano, I did for the XYZ important for my move to the next step for what I try to achieve. So
I try that thing there, man. I try it right.
Come on, just get a notebook and put next to the bed and write down the goal. If you can write down your goals them at night time for where you have it, where important for tomorrow, that work. But if you can get up in the morning and do it, that work.
You know what, Elder? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna want you to follow up on that, you know?
Yeah. Big
Try
man.
that.
Follow up with on that, Ella, for real.
Yeah, man.
I try that, man. I try that.
Because that's something I teach in what I do. And it make a world of difference because again, we get exposed to so many stimuli per day. And if we not have none to get you back on the road, on track, it's easy for we forget. And then you lay in your bed or the next day you say, Bomba, I did have this. And even sometimes we have some great ideas. But because we not stop to write them down, then it becomes concrete.
And pass.
And then months on the line, you see, no, somebody think about that, but me never, well, it's too late. You see somebody else do it.
Okay, yeah, man. Cause with them, the female and call a book with them have, with them book the name? Diary something.
So me have a journal.
Journal.
Call it a journal. And journaling is very important.
Yeah.
Since we are talking about it, me use journaling. Me use journaling for document a long time. I not do it still, but even for my clients, each day, them writing at them journal.
Yeah.
And again, it's at the same concept as a diary, because you write your thoughts, but the journaling big time helped me out big time. And I think we talk about this already, say, yo, because I did a journal, it helped me to stay up on track with certain things and realize certain patterns that me have. And when, you know, whenever I start stress out, me can know what go on during that time. Because I document it. So two things I recommend that my client them write in them journal. After them write, you know, where them go throughout the day. We say, all right, what's one thing that went well? Or list some things that went well in your journal. And then write it out. And then say, what's one thing you feel like you could have done different based on the experience? So instead of say one thing where you do wrong, what's one thing where you feel like you could have done different? You understand? So when you go back through your journal and you stress out and you read back through your journal, you say, yo, some of them things I'm going to go through already. I'm going to overcome them because I'm document it. Yeah. You understand? Because sometimes, because we can't, time is something where it almost not exists in our mind. Our mind don't know the difference between time. If you think about a memory, a positive memory where you have back in the day, then your best game where you play, you can, because it's so vivid here, you can describe it like you just do it yesterday. And tell you everything where you did a weird, where you eat before, all of them things, the way it did smell like, all of them things, that experience it. But years ago, because our mind don't know time. You understand? So when you document in your journal and you look through, it helps you to get back grounded and realize and keep track of what go on. You realize, yo, I feel this already. I overcome this already. You know, and that helped me big time in some major decisions that I have to make by checking through my journal. You have a little part of our song I want to play, you know. Yeah. When I have none else to say before we jump in that topic?
No, man. I think that's a powerful if you kind of transition into it.
Okay.
Take away also for listeners them. So for anybody who encounter the same issues them in terms of getting things done, keeping track of them accomplishments or just whatever, as Elder recommend.
Yeah.
He uses it himself, and a journal is probably.
And my clients them use it. So it's important.
But
hear that like a piece of that song, yeah. And I hear it?
Yeah. People, I'm sorry for the bad audio.
Because I know I'm a try harder. You say I you wanna try harder. To all of the enemies to force them. I was a drink and make a toast to them. Because I know I'm a try harder. You let me try. These are youth from the streets. Know about the white rice with no type of meat. Every day poverty pull up like it dead and repeat. A hungry man breath and smell my brush on the teeth. So that tell me for dream. Cause when I know how I grew up it not sweet. One pants, one shoes every day me used to be. So no judge just say J Prince tweets. I'm not beat in the street. Pagans out and leave. Power leap and we not can them not open. But me give thanks to who class them. Because I'm you on the child. You can see I'm you on the child. To all of the enemies to follow them. Who was a champion, you can toss to them. Because I'm you on the child. You can see I'm you on the child.
So that's a J Prince. Try harder.
Song, Try Harder
Yeah, try harder.
by J
Love
Prince.
that song there because as you hear me say, yo, we can relate to it. Then the topic we want to talk about today, what would I love we discuss is what obstacles, when was the last time on the hear no? When I try something and hear no, I own to navigate through it.
Yeah, all of the elder. It's a Neil laugher.
Oh, hello, Neil, you know.
No, but
You give me
Even though
flashbacks when
people-
you say that time, you give me flashbacks. I said, Lord, God.
you don't people. It's just
Yeah. We say it was traumatic.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog.
Just before we kick it off, elder, make we take a quick little break.
Yeah.
What if we get paid? And again, people they can go and think about the topic. We have something in store. So, what issues you might have encountered in the past or have to overcome,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah, just hang in there. We'll be right back in a second.
All right.
All right, people. So we're back here again. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick little break there a while ago. You know the thing go. You see me? Of course the elder suggest that topic here. I don't know what go on, but when time him say it,
Why every time a man such a topic, something will go on in my life.
Exactly.
You know what?
Even
Nearly.
though it kind of true still. Even though it kind of true still, but
one thing we know
No,
about my
we
co-host,
can't give the benefit of the doubt there.
one
You
thing
must sub
about my co-host them. I went
people want to hold him accountable.
Yeah.
When him suggest a very controversial topic, it's having something with experience.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Fine.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. But me like how Ella jump up on the top about yeah. I see him thinking I say one time. Every time Everett come up with that topic, get that about. What's up going here? Like, what is that right? You see me? Because how you come up with that topic here?
yeah, some go on today. So reason why I'm bringing because a lot of time we're faced with obstacles. Then we are pursue certain goals out, and we're faced with certain obstacles and we give up more time. We hear no, and it shatter our whole dream, whole day, whole week, whole month. Especially if we put a major expectations on the outcome, possible outcome of the thing where we are trying. Because we have a thing where, in my opinion and experience, where we have an entitlement mentality. You know? If I put in the work, if I set a goal and I put in the work, I'm supposed to achieve it.
Expectation is there.
Yes. And if I not achieve it, I like my world. So for some people, the world end. I like the world I go end, like them know them are gonna survive because we have that entitlement mentality that it's supposed to happen because I put in the work. Like I train hard and I'm supposed to win the race, yeah. Like nobody else not out there I put in the work also.
And I mean that can be argued still now because when I listen to the experience of successful people, or in quotes and stuff like that, then we tell us say hard work always brings success still. But I guess I think the part where I miss is you don't really know the journey, so you don't know how much things happen in between the hard work and the actual success. And I think that probably one of the most important parts, so we kind of oversee a lot of times, and that create that element of entitlement the way I talk about.
most of the time what we see are the people them highlight reel. We have pay attention to them highlight reel because them not show everything and say, yo, we go through some struggles. And there are times when me did hungry and there are times when me try and fail 10 times or 50 times and thing. So, but as I said that because one day me apply for your job. Saying and me I be honest, looking back, we never put 100 night, brother. We never put 100 night because me have some contact and all of that. Looking back, me realize that me never put 100 night. Me I be honest, me put maybe 70% tonight. But add that entitlement mentality because me know me have the skills and me can go in, go sell myself. Me honestly never put 100 night. So today when me get the email from them and them I say, yo, based on the assessment, your skills don't align with the way I look for. My first reaction was just start laugh.
Why you start laugh?
I'm gonna say, fuck you need to put more effort tonight.
Can realize when they're wrong.
You understand what I say?
You realize that the effort we are now only putting in a job, you never put another
Never put in the effort because I had the entitlement mentality that
you get the job, because you have the links and everything.
You got at least get an interview, not necessarily a job, but an interview.
Yeah.
And at that reach, my brother, I'm gonna start laugh. I mean, I say, yo, watch you get comfortable. You get comfortable. And that job here, if me did lucky in that job here, I eat a nice piece of food for that job here.
I drink some champagne and everything upon it. You know? Pop some.
Then you would get big belly.
Top shelf more than there. Like more take trips.
Yeah.
You understand what I say? It is a nice piece of food over 100 more than me. You see what I say?
Drop a ball, Elder. You need a beating, Elder. You drop a ball.
No, man. Me don't need a beating because that in itself is a beating. But it also wake me up and remind me, say, yo, me need to stop, take things for granted.
Also, Elder, and next thing too. What is for you will always be for you, my G.
Me get that. What is for you is always for you, but we still have to do the work.
Yeah, man.
That is true. I don't totally agree with that.
What is for you is always
no. I mean, we should say, and as I said, totally. I agree with it somewhat because there's some aspect of destiny where that takes place, right? And if it wasn't ordained for you, then there's nothing you can really do. However, I believe that we have the opportunity to kind of channel that energy in some way, shape, or form. So as Ella said, if you put in the work, then he probably has stood a better chance. Yeah. Or he probably has still get through. However, the response will be different.
Exactly.
So that is why what is for you, we don't want to align ourselves by that. Going for forever, live by that totally, because if you live by that, then you will just feel like nothing is for you if you never get anything, really and truly. You never get anything.
And you put in poor effort.
Exactly.
You put in poor effort and then you're right, because if we did get to even the interview, would I think, yo, I'm gonna need for put in 100% in order to get this. You understand? For getting the door. You understand what I say? So it has sent a message to me mentally, say, yo, Reggie, you don't need to put in 100% because you have the skill. And that's a lot of, when we work with my athlete, a lot of them come to the table with talent. And don't feel so they need to do the work. Because I have talent. So them book somebody will have talent and a work, or even somebody when they have as much talent but have do the work, then them get beat. And them get beat bad too. Kevin Durant saying, hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard.
Facts.
And that makes sense. And you notice what him say? When talent don't work hard. So again, we're not gonna stay here and create this illusion and say hard work alone is what you need. No, you need a raw band talent.
Our talent alone is what you need.
Our talent alone is what you need. It's a combination of both. But you can't dispute the fact that hard work plays a significant role either way.
Yeah.
You understand? It does play a significant role either way.
Yeah. And that so it was a thing where I just sit back and laugh because I say, yo, you needed to hear that know ya.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I need to step up my game, brothers. Just like I want to hold me accountable for taking care of myself. I reach out to the man and I say, yo, hold me accountable for this stuff. I need to step up my game.
Yeah.
So,
that's why I say, yo, outside that you beating yourself, you need a beating same way, you see me? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you need, and this is just part of holding you accountable feet because when you look back on it and may reason half the year and thing, you see me? So, you know? And we know say yo that right there, so that do significantly
Yeah.
and the family, you see me?
Yeah, definitely.
You know? Probably a 150 around the road. You see me? That's why I say, yo, what is for you will always be for you. Not in the sense where I say, yo, don't work hard for it, you know, have to put in a work for it because it'll come back around to you. But this might be an eye opener for you if you know, say, yo, yeah, of course, put in the work.
It's not a might, it's a definite eye
opener. But again, it being an eye opener is based on how you decide to receive and process the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Because again, you can beat yourself and you can get hung up on the fact and not see it positively.
Right.
And again, need it. Obviously, I'll share an experience and so we need it. But I think lots of people can identify with.
An experience.
If you don't find out by the time I ask you,
share.
If you don't find out by the time I ask you, we're gonna make you have an experience.
We'll say I'm making my one.
So him try to find out before we make him have one. But I mean, I think a lot of people, including a lot of the listeners, can identify with a similar experience where it might involve a job, but more so this can be applied, generally speaking, to anything when you go off in life.
Yeah.
Whether you try to go off getting into a school, getting into even just migrating, or applying for a mortgage for a house, or whatever the case is. The same principle that we have to take from it. So again, I'm not talking from a place of having done it all and being an expert on how to transition or to transition the bad outcome into something good. All the way I learn, all the way I try to grow. But I think more important is how we receive that now. So when you get the feedback, Elder, what did it do for you in a year mental state? And then how long was it before you bounce back and realize, say, all right, then this is what I did wrong, as opposed to what them never see you do. So it's essentially you are now being accountable, right? And then by that accountability, you can then come up with a plan or action to say go forward.
No, man, right away, me assess it, man. As soon as mom the email and see it, I just start laugh. I say, fuck, you never prepared.
So
we know.
Where you feel like, can you get it really through email? So if it was like an in-person interaction where the person, whoever look on you and they say, say you're really the same thing where you're getting at the email, but in person. Where that thing, where you feel like you have the same, expression or same demeanor as the one that you have when you do.
Yeah, I feel but would have been more informed because would I able to ask them some questions as to what areas, what them I look for and all of them things there. But because we know, because we are our biggest critic and we know ourselves, right? And me are the type of person where harp on, yo, whoa, it's me, and because I'm black or whatever. You understand? Me not that type of person. My makeup is like we played the song a while ago by Jay Prince. Try harder. Where him a talk about him go to the studio for go voice a tune. And the man I said, no, you know. And him a say, all right, now watch your face. And you make me try harder. Because every time you tell me no, me not give up on my dream, me not give up on my goals what I want to achieve. So you tell me no, make me want to try harder because me believe in what me I do. You understand what I say? And it come back to my thing when me I say, Jano, me really never fully commit to the work like I was supposed to. Like there are some things when me assess that I could have done better. And I didn't because I had that entitlement mentality that may have some connections. And all I have to do is just get in my resume. I'm gonna need to do certain things, certain way. And because of that, I get the results what I get. I deserve it.
And something like that affect. Well, that was how you. That's how you went about doing. That was your process. So you identified that's where you fell short. You might have somebody else, if you draw a parallel, a similar situation, but the person might have done a lot more. The outcome is still the same. So
again, them never do this amount. Them do the same as me. Some people have the mentality where them things say them just doing enough should have gotten them in the door.
True. So again, it still boils down back to the point I said initially, which is how you take that information, how you process that, and how you use that to propel it forward. Some people can realize, this is the eye opener.
Yeah.
I probably never really wanted that position to begin with. You know? I'll check it back in a couple of days. I mean, you said the position was a good position. It would have been well compensated.
Yeah, man, a nice position, man.
But, like, moody surprise, and I mean, I stand corrected, and I mean, all the time will tell. But moody surprise if after a while you think to yourself, say, probably you start a different path altogether or something else. So I think importantly, again, we just need to dwell on have that emotional period where you go through the setback and you feel start to get down, but then pick up yourself quickly.
May I be honest with you? Me never feel apply for that job there.
You shouldn't?
I should not have applied for that job. Because the mission that me had upon that job there, I got to take me away from the mission.
Well, and that was kind of attest to my point, which is a message you might choose another path. No, you are saying you already was on another path. You understand?
But because it opened up and make me eat a food, and it's a safety net.
So you think you could capitalize on the opportunity?
Exactly.
Right? So I think more importantly, not all setbacks are setbacks.
Exactly.
Really, not all setbacks are setbacks. And we don't want some cliche. We understand when you put in a lot of effort and you're banking on something, not because you put all the eggs in one basket, but because you're very well prepared. And it's not a matter of tooting your own arm, but you know you're very well prepared. It's just an example when both run a race and him know him train very hard, him know him hours in and out on the track. If him lose, him devastated.
Yeah.
You understand? And somebody who know the worth or know the work where you put in, you feel a lot more devastated knowing say you lose as opposed to somebody who don't. So again, various factors, but I appreciate how you were quickly able to bounce back and start to pray differently again. So again, it's more important to all listeners out there, whatever we are going through, at that time, if the elder, it might take a few minutes, it might be a lot more self-aware than lots of us. And that comes to growth and experience and so forth.
Growth, okay?
You understand? Me and Neely, apart from the fact that we by age we're younger.
Almost as old.
Probably come by the same age, almost as old. But despite that fact, again, it's a lot of growth and experience over the years you have gone through. So the average listener might not be in that place, but so take the time we need to take the time to accept defeat, be gracious, but be careful to not too long. So whether it will be a week or a month, but just don't make it a permanent state where you find yourself not being able to build off that and learn off that. But again, before me make need to talk, because I know him want to experience now. I see it in face of experience.
Exactly.
Like
Again, me appreciate how self-aware you are, because we touched on it a little bit earlier, but lots of people that start finding faults and them delusional and them never really realize that they had any contribution to the outcome per se. So again, that self-awareness that you brought to the table, Elder, is commendable. It take a lot of growth to realize that me mess up. This is on me. Even if you're not like because my pigmentation of the skin or for whatever reason, I knew I could have done more.
Exactly.
And like whenever me have like annual reviews at work and stuff, and they might tell me say your performance was XYZ, and as a result XYZ, I always ask this question: what could I have done differently? And if you tell me so there's nothing else I could have done differently to get a better performance, then with that being said, me alright with that.
Yeah.
You understand? So just
really quick. When was the last time you hear no?
Me? Well, me a lot I know still say depends on the context.
And you get to pick whichever context you want and where you learn from it and how you deal with it and how you learn from it.
Well, I have a similar work experience, but it was a few years ago. I applied for a position. I think I did what I could have done to sell myself as best as possible. But for whatever reason, they never see it fit and they never give me the position. But I think for me personally, when we take a step back and time pass, we realize that probably that place wouldn't have been the best place for me either way. Yeah. But probably would really be my real self and be able to really grow as best as possible. So yeah, there was the time when you feel like, oh, you're down and, you know, luck against it. But I think quickly after that, I realized that that wasn't really where I'm gonna excel. So it's probably a blessing in disguise. You understand?
Yeah.
So me did deal with that. It takes some time. It takes lots of talking to people and stuff like that, soul searching and so forth. But that's how I dealt with.
So it didn't mess you up a way where you didn't have to.
Sorry, I did, because again, the same level of entitlement. You feel you do everything where you're supposed to do, and along the way you got good feedback, you got good coaching. So it was kind of like an expectation, but then the reality still set in after the fact. So you know, it's still kind of the play out that way there in a sense.
Talk to me some of the thoughts where that have when them tell you no, you know you're prepared, you know you're qualified, and them tell you no, not right now or whatever, however them deliver it to you.
Because that when I think them with yours and Elder situation, you actually do all of the things that
exactly.
Elder never do that.
No, but at the same outcome, and that's how they bring that point out initially. Say,
okay.
It really depends on how you deal with it going forward, right? To me, it was more a matter of why, and then obviously you have some form of anger, anger emotion. You start finding fault. I mean, the reason they gave me wasn't really, to me, never really justifiable again. But that could have been because of me per se, you know. But I think I don't think I spend too much time dwelling on the facts. It never work out. But I think in my case, what made it a little bit easier to deal with was because immediately after I start looking at I'm start realizing I'm really never really want there say either way. So it's kind of easier to digest if you get me I say. But there's been other situations again where it's not necessarily here no. But there've been other situations where things just don't work out in your favor altogether, right? And it's the same principle you have to apply, or you process the information, and then or you deal with it, and then or you move on from it. I pretty much the same principle.
Yeah.
You understand? Especially when outside of your control, you know, there's nothing you could have done to change it. That's a different conversation altogether. You know? So when Ella could have said, yo, and me mess up and beat himself. Need if that for each, you know, says not that you did wrong. You understand? It's even more difficult mentally for you bounce back, you know, because you're like, I not even do anything wrong and me still get knocked.
You know,
I'm gonna deal with this. You understand what I said?
you know that make it even worse. You know, say yo, the dog will get the position where you would try where you that go for. You see me? Somebody else, the other person will get the position where you that go for. You realize say yo, them probably get the position there because of some connect them have going on the back room. You see me? Yeah, them have one link over this and them have one link over here. So at that kind of make them get you. Yeah, say yo, Jano Star, and that would actually fuck up your mate even worse, you know. Cause I say yo, Jaja. You see me? Flashbacks, nightmares, everything.
Yeah.
You see it. But I mean, it is what it is. From the man them, I mean, because there's always something for gain from any situation. You know what I'm saying? I just you take that and you mold that and try to learn from it and you know what I mean? Process through the future. So now
I mean,
Ella know all my emotion.
oh yeah, me already match up that like in the first 5 minutes, me already match it up because of that I'm working up solving problems and reverse engineering goals and all of them things there. So me have two resources or more on share, but more on here if Neely have any situation.
Hey, don't hear no, cause if him say no, as God live it.
Yo, if one just want to hear my situation, no start.
Yeah, say you have one, but just want to hear.
Neely, may I give you freedom of speech first. After 30 seconds, me gonna tell the people them the experience they talk about it. And they you're not gonna have no option, I'm gonna clear it up. Because me and have a different kind of experience. Now you're gonna have a different kind of experience.
Yo, people, fuck say yo, we have pre-recording conversations about the topic then. Me the little germs them. Me just not answer one question when the man them put out.
5, 4, 3. Oh, me a count down. Stop trying to divert the conversation. Yo. What Ella?
Alright. Ask the question again. When I last time me hear no. Of course the man them not talk about them business. You see me I say and them thing they are job. You know? That's the last time. Well, that's not the last time I hear no, but you know, so when time I hear the question, the first thing me think about people. Last time me hear no, when my woman tell me say no, she got her bed.
Okay. So how was that experience here? Because we laugh about it, but that's something serious.
Again, the same principle. Or you channel the emotion. Or you go from not going to 0 to 100 because you get very, again, Ella, the entitlement kick in. My woman this. Or shall tell me, you know. Yeah, she's supposed to give me. Or shall tell me, you know. So even though it's a total different experience, the principle should be the same. Or you process it or you bounce back. Or you cheat for yourself.
What was your thought process? Because I love going thought process.
So first off, when she tell me that, I just curl up in a ball and go sleep. It take me a while to go sleep. I say, yo, Jano Star, I think say tonight and night, and I think I go on. You see me a mad thing.
The fitness never sleep and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I say, yo, I want them to go about a quick one. You see me watch some triple XN. You see me, I mean,
okay.
I mean, I said, I know Star. You see me? But, I mean, as we talked about in a previous episode too, because I like how the man them laugh still. You see me? I take my little situation and I make it in that.
No, we are laugh about it, but that's something real.
Again, don't worry. By no means we are downplayed. It was very serious at the jobs we both are applying for.
Yeah.
Including Ella. Yes,
serious, apply for that job and win that job already. I have that job, so I understand.
Yeah, that job is mine.
That's why it hurt.
Yeah, yes, man. Yeah, people. I curl up my G, I curl up and I go sleep and thing and you see me? I mean it take me a little while to go sleep still because of course I think about it. I'm gonna just turn my back.
Yeah, trying to get a start. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, my vex.
Yeah.
I talk to me, I think that made me I say, yo, you see all the next couple of times I should talk about show on.
Me I tell her no.
I say, yo, really? That never work.
Right.
Never work when time's ready, I'm ready to.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you know what I mean? yeah, my woman, me and her live together, but me have to understand that some of the time she just not in her vibe, you see me?
Mhm.
And yeah, I just saw the thing go. You see me? I know every time when I meet in her vibe, she got in her vibes. But when time she in her vibes, me always in her vibes still. That's a different
Right.
thing with me and her.
And
Yeah,
that
and that
and
difference. That's man and
just
woman
because
still.
she said no, yeah, think for go to road and
Word.
you
See,
understand?
me maintain the whole thing. You feel me? I say even though I'm the vexing at the moment and thing, you know what I mean? Or even the next morning or whatever. You see me? Still keep the same routine, you know? Kiss and babes, yeah, and reason and you know what I mean? Have a great day and them thing there. You see me? I say so even in a certain where we have certain disagreements. You see me? I say I not even disagreement, because that was even a disagreement, but in a certain instances or situations, you still have
Well, a conflict, so to speak.
Yeah.
well, I guess you can consider it.
Yeah, conflict because it opposes where you are
Yeah,
proposed, essentially. So
I
there
conflict
is a
don't
disconnect.
be a negative thing, you know. And
No,
I'm
it's not necessarily
right,
negative.
right.
conflict them see it as a negative.
Yeah.
Conflict is needed in a relationship because if every time you say, hey, say yeah, after a while you get bored.
So again, and as needed, the detail is recovery process. Again, we can't all get from that. Say it's just more important for keep doing what you need for this. As him say, you know, the kissing still happen, the affection still take place. Him still playing money duties. You never get up and be like, yo, you know, doing this. So you're up on your own, you know.
Yeah,
So
because
again,
you are going now. You are going now. You have to maintain the thing now. 'Cause you can't
mhm.
lily thing, you know. Because if you go so and get up next morning and fix, it a prolong. You see me I say it a prolong from just she say no, then it a go, oh she vex, oh so respect, you know what I mean? You know, respect my wishes or you know what I
And then that detract you from your overall goal.
exactly. And then that one night that 5 seconds later she said no become a week or 2 week or 3 week or a whole 5 day or 3 day or whatever period. Because now she become upset because me never respect she saying no, she never want to do that. If
Yeah.
she probably in a pain or whatever the case is. You feel me? So you have to also think long term. You can't
And it's that entitled, as we keep saying, it's that entitlement mentality.
yeah.
Like, just because me say me want something doesn't mean me I could get it.
Exactly.
You understand? And it come back to even every situation where him look back and I say, yo, I never really want a position there.
Right.
You have some people out there where do them best, want the position, feel like them need the position, and it just not work out for them. Way in another situation there.
Yeah, only never want a position, but me want to put her in another position there still. You see it?
Right, you know what I said?
I mean, yeah. You know
You
this,
didn't want the position.
Mr. Neely.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the mentality. So, put two things me I go share. On the normal like books. Zine. So one of the thing where one book I want to check out, it called Who Moved My Cheese? Right?
Who moved my cheese?
Who moved my cheese?
Who Moved My Cheese?
Right,
It's a simple book.
The
But a lot of companies,
because 6ix9ine.
back in the day, I know this book to them employees when they might get ready for layoff. If they have to do massive layoff, then we hand out this book. Because it teaches you how to navigate through issues when things don't go your way, how you deal with it. It's a simple story, but it's so profound. So when you get a chance, when you can pull up the PDF from Google the PDF, Who Moved My Cheese, right? I read it, or them have a short video on YouTube, about 16 minutes, where you can watch. But if you can get the PDF, it's an easy read, and it just talk about how the guy came up with the book, and him sit down and read with him bridging them, and him explain the characters in the book, and it talk about the steps them where them got through, and it talk about the writings on the wall, because a lot of time things go wrong, and we start hem and haw, we start complaining. And no matter what, they are complaining. No, somebody Them hate upon me because of the color of my skin. Me didn't forget that position there, that brother there with them give the position and I start complaining. Instead I learn from the experience and move forward and go find. So in the book, it talks about finding cheese, right? And to you, cheese can mean anything, right? Cheese can mean a big house, it can mean a big job, it can mean a lot of money. Whatever cheese mean to you, whatever is important to you, right? I will navigate through that. So when I get a chance, check that out, Bridget. Who Moved My Cheese? What name? Spencer, Dr. Spencer. Can't remember his first name.
Okay.
Spencer Johnson. I think a Spencer Johnson name. But when you get a chance, check it out. But it talks about when we face obstacles, how we deal with it, how we navigate through it. And that's important, brothers, because it's not always I go our way, but it's how we deal with it, how we process and move forward. I got determine how soon we find cheese again. You understand? And if we allow fear for all over. But yeah, man, that big.
Okay. Who Moved My Cheese?
Who Moved My Cheese? Check out that book there.
Check out about the people who moved my cheese
Mm.
by Dr. Spencer, whatever his last name is.
Yeah, I think a Johnson Spencer.
Okay. All right. So I mean, yeah. I mean, all of the man them express them experience when it was I guess more so a disappointing experience.
A setback. I call it a setback.
Setback, disappoint.
Setback.
Yeah, setback, disappointed. Cause was it really a setback?
It's a setback. But again, I think the big takeaway is firstly creating that realistic mindset, say, or mentality, say, these things are gonna happen in life.
Yeah.
And despite all other people's life may be portrayed, we just don't know. But life in itself, I gotta always have these things. So expect them. And that's what them always say, don't put our baskets in a one, all your eggs in a one basket, because you expect, say, at some point your basket may end up falling out. So just always expect those things in life and then just know how to deal with them. And again, everybody will deal with them differently. A few sub factors in how you deal with them will be your growth, your self-awareness, and stuff like that. So I feel like those things, if we build upon those things, we'll be better capable to deal with it because it's inevitable. So a big takeaways for listeners, including ourselves as panelists, expect those setbacks, but just try as quickly as possible to bounce back. And expect another setback, but just try. But obviously, when you bounce back, hopefully the next setback is not the same, and then you won't feel defeated. You will just deal with that as a new chapter. And so,
what you take from it, Neely?
I mean,
Neely take from it said, "Did good right?"
Real quick, in 30 seconds, what you take from it?
I gotta ask her again tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, but on a serious level, because as it the time I run out of away. When me take from it still is, I mean, the first. All right. I try to find the simplest way to say it, but the time around anyway. Cause me also I think all the time. But from the man them experience, me just take from him say, yo, not because your ears say no at the end of the world, you see me I say. This another say life stop. You know what I mean? And me learn growing up say, yo, whenever you get like the man them say a setback, if you me I say you put in some more work, my G. Cause clearly there's room for putting in some more work, for get to where
Exactly.
to. That the situation there probably was not even for you because the man them even at the end the man them say yo they never really want to do this because it redirect them from the part of them that I will next day. And Everett I look upon it and I say yo after I look back upon it again I never want to some IG so I mean it work out. You feel me?
Yo, yeah, this was a good conversation. Definitely feel like we can have a part 2 on it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We have some more books more run by, but yeah, we definitely have to come back. But
Yeah.
Yo, that's big up man them here, sir, cause
Yeah.
you vibes.
Yeah, give thanks again, people. Thanks for listening. Of course, it was a short episode. If you
Yeah.
don't know the thing, go. But this podcast now, word. Just make sure to check you up on a YouTube page. Go and subscribe. Check you up on all streaming platform, all podcast platform, any podcast platform you can think about. Check you out. Check you up on the Twitter, the Instagram, all the social media, Facebook, all of that. You see me? I say Ella, Mind Game. You feel me? I say Men's Perspective, Yard
Clear
Abroad Podcast, Clear Video
Yeah,
TV. Yeah.
follow, subscribe, like.
You see me? Yeah,
Share.
subscribe, share everything. You know the thing go. You see me? I say, man, them bless up themselves and know the thing go. You know, you see me? But this podcast now world. No.
Oh.